Morning, E-zee Rider's back. Right, we've got a little video today. The bike is, I think it's about 8 weeks old now. Taking it back down to Specalized Certini for its like annual first checkup. Have a little look. She's in the back. Game on. So heading off down to Bristol now. Meet our Jack and Dave, the mechanic, I think. So all good. Out. Oh, I give her a good clean. She was mega muddy last weekend. How clean she is. So
what's that, Dad? New chrome thing. It's cool.
Yeah, for the wahoo. Like me, this is nice.
Look at those.
I like the bars. Have a look at the bars on there.
It's wicked.
How you doing, alright?
Yeah, good.
Brilliant.
So you had 6 weeks or something? Or 3 months?
Yeah, it's 6 weeks, but I think it's gone on to 8 weeks now.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to get down here really, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
no, it always does. We generally cover them up to about, worst case 6 months.
330 miles on it now.
I did, yeah.
It's mega clean at the moment. Last week it was absolutely filthy. Oh dear, nightmare. But one thing I've noticed with it, the headset keeps coming loose, like the front. It's really wobbly. It's like twice now I've had it tightened up.
Yeah. What are you using to clean and polish it? Because it is extremely clean.
Well, I've give that a clean yesterday and just give it some polish just on the frame with some car polish.
Yeah.
Just to bring her back up.
What are you using in terms of spray and wash?
Wash, just using a bit of fairy liquid.
Yeah.
You know,
that's perfect.
Trying to keep it away from the discs and that, but
I don't feel particularly squealy. When you say the noises, what are they doing?
oh, when they're damp, it just absolutely makes an incredible noise.
Yeah,
but
I've got the same brakes on my non-electric version of this.
right.
Yeah, same thing. Once they get wet, they do make a bit of noise.
Terrible. Well, like I said, I changed the pads to softer ones, and they were okay for about an hour.
Yeah.
Then they started squealing again.
Okay. So yeah, you're probably glazing them. Pads need bedding in.
Yeah.
So usually we go around the yard, and we can never really bed them in fully, but
yeah.
Up to speed, brake down to stop, or near stop.
Right.
Repeat.
Okay.
But what you're trying to do is not get heat into the brakes, because as soon as you heat those pads up, they get like glass.
Right. Yeah.
And then you get some water in there, and those two surfaces will go. So your
exactly.
aim is to try and keep away from glazing them.
Right.
Have a look. So,
Is your Dave one of the mechanics?
yeah, I run the workshop here, so yeah, there's 4 of us.
We changed the pads for softer mineral pads or something.
Yeah.
So you get sintered, yeah, sintered generally will make more noise because they've got metal shards in them,
Right.
which makes them dissipate the heat a bit better.
Yeah.
And then you got mineral pads, which are just, no metal. They're softer. Yeah, they're not glazed.
100 grams a song.
Yeah. Get the wheel off fast, can you?
Go for those. Oh god, yeah, well, we do them a lot. What are we? 40 millimeters.
I had another punch last week. Oh, dear.
How's the wheel doing after you hit that pole?
Yeah, there was a dent in the rim. And I managed to hit it out with the hammer, like
nice.
tink, 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 like very carefully. You know what I mean?
Let's have a look at this headset bearing as well.
Yeah, I just don't know why it keeps coming loose. So, I think once it's tightened up, it'll be fine.
They are thread locked. So the thread lock's been broken. That can be done as well.
Slightly real on new discs. One of the main things we do on these first services is discs to run off 2 pistons. And the entry level for the fluid is on one side, so generally one of the pistons is going to take most of the power before it goes to the other side. So you end up with a dominant piston. and which can mean that you're, instead of sitting like in the middle of like this, your disc is in the centre, you're in it with one pad closer and it's over like this. So realign that, straighten your discs out. And usually that makes the power go up and the squeal go down a bit as well. So yours aren't massively out. There's a little bend in the disc as well. We'll look at that.
Wheels.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, these are quite loose.
Is there something you...
Don't know who's tying them up, but they're quite loose.
So is that what... Is that
Usually when people say these are coming loose, it usually just means they're doing it wrong, honestly. So at the top here you've got a 2.5mm, which is the lock nut.
Is that...
That's what I'm doing now.
That one there,
That's
yeah?
the lock nut.
Okay.
So loosen that off, and you use the underneath ones to add the tension to the headset.
Oh, those,
You
right.
can use a 2 inside as well, but I find it's so deep when you put the 2 in,
Right.
you can't turn it.
Okay.
So you either have to do it like that with a very long one, but it's easy with this specific tool. And then hold that still
Oh, to lock
while you
it?
tighten up the lock ring. Yeah. So this one, it's just a screw coming down, hitting another screw. So I'm
Right.
holding the bottom one still so it doesn't move, tightening the top one down to bang into it, and they'll
Right.
hold each other still.
You went running like that last weekend?
Bit smoother on the way up, yeah. Check your limit screws, so that's where the mech stops, top and bottom, just to make sure it can't overshift. That one's in a good spot. We check these because sometimes people will put a small bend in their derailleur hanger
Oh, right.
after a bit of use, putting it in the car, getting out, or even falling off. And a small bend there, if you imagine, currently your mech knows that to stop here and stop here, so this is its range.
Yeah.
If you bend that hanger, it does that.
Pull you over.
So then you can shoot over and you won't get the bottom gear. So even if it's only minimal, at one time where you shift into that top cog and it jumps over the top, you're going to know about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we always check those, make sure it can't overshift or undershift.
Do they sell that here?
Yeah, it's an upgrade we can do. It plugs into your motor and then runs around the back. It's not going to be super clean on this because you've got a dropper post.
Yeah.
If you don't have a dropper post, you can run it up the inside of the frame, up the seat post, out the top, and then the cable's there.
Yeah.
On yours, you have to have external cables, it's just going to look horrible.
Or a battery one just with the hanger.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Unless I'm probably battery one's going to be better. If you've got mud guards, it's really nice because you can run it on the inside of the mud guard. It just sits in the back. So it's all going to turn your light on.
I was glad to get off that for now. Just wanted to get back on the road.
I've been looking at doing that route for a while.
It's alright.
Yeah.
It was good fun. The only thing is, you get so many people walking. So when would you say the next service would be? Like 1,000 miles or?
We usually say every 6 months.
Right.
Get it into a store, just let us have a look at it. If it comes in and it looks fine, needs a couple of bits doing, we just do a small check over, small service. And then 6 months later, you'll be looking at probably a larger service. In the first couple of years, that might be a silver service. We just drop some of the parts down. On these, most likely, the hubs are going to be fine. We'd usually clean the free hub, which is the cogs that do your drive, because they can get muck inside them. But generally, the bearings will be fine for the first couple of years. Headsets, depending on how muddy you get them, these are prone, because of the mud flying up the back of the headset, they are prone to lower headset bearings getting full of muck and dirt around the back. We can simply drop that out, clean it, put it back in, bit of fresh grease. Generally every 6 months will help with that. Otherwise on this, it's not a great deal. Once a year you should get your dropper serviced. Again, on these, we've been getting away with it a lot longer than a year.
Yeah.
On the mountain bikes, it's 6 months or a year.
Yeah.
This thing, there's nothing you do. All we can do really is take it out, clean it, make sure it's not just filling with muck around the sides. They're replaceable units, so you just drop a new one in if it does go. And they've been lasting a good couple of years.
Sweet.
Hydraulic fluid in your brakes should be changed. If you go by word of the rule, then once a year. On these nowadays, if I put on fluid, then 2 years.
Yeah.
If you go much longer than that, the fluid actually starts to damage the internal seals. So then you get problems where things start to feel slow and don't feel quite as responsive. So every couple of years, that'll happen on a major service anyway. And if by the second year you have a gold service, you're done.
Okay.
Let's update your SRAM. Unfortunately, bike mechanics is becoming a lot about updating things with your phone.
Yeah. So what, you're updating the shifters, are you?
Yeah, the shifters, there's a new firmware for those.
There's a red light flashing on that one over there, then.
That's the one that's connected right now, updating.
Never seen that before.
That's because it's update. Stop in a sec when that finishes. Update successful, go. And then manually we have to go back into the bike. Oh, wrong button. Left, push the button.
Cool.
See that wake up. Controller, new firmware, install platform updates and bug fixes basically.
Yeah.
Nothing major.
You can have that on your phone then, or are they the only ones that can have that? Alright.
If you set it up on your phone, you can actually set your bike up and then set all your items up and
Alright.
it'll give you data about when you shift, how often you shift,
That's
where
cool.
you sit like that. Control. You can also set it so your shifters do different things. Currently your left and right are unassigned. So if you push them both at the same time, usually it would move your front mech. It's not got a front mech.
Yeah.
If you get the nicest upgrade in this one is an axis dropper post. You can set it so both shifters at once does your dropper post, and then you don't have any cables at all.
That's cool.
You don't have any buttons, it's just done completely off of these. That's quite a nice one.
Giving
yeah.
me ideas now.
There's nothing really else we can set up with the other side. You can also do it so that turns, like starts and ends a ride on your Garmin or something.
Yeah.
You know, if you've
Oh,
got
that's
a Garmin,
smart. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very cool. Let's have a look at your tune then. Yeah, so you're not using full power at the moment. You're already getting 80% out of it, and it's locked down, which is enough to be honest.
Yeah.
There's not really much reason to use 100% unless you're really struggling. All these.
I'm fitter than Chubb anyway.
Next stats, system healthy, 100% battery.
Expect
Yeah,
Chubb's got always
380
110% power.
Probably got your chips, yeah. So if you do get a range extender, there is you can select how you want them to discharge.
Okay.
So you can have it so it'll run the range extender right down to 0. Problem is then you'll get a drop in power because you're running completely off of that, and then run the battery down.
Right.
That's good if you're kind of going to be going out, maybe you're doing really long rides and you have a couple of range extenders. But they suggest usually you just run them down equally.
Yeah.
And you won't get any noticeable drop in power then. But that's what we're here. There's a charge limit as well. So to make the battery last as long as possible, you can limit your charging. So it'll only charge up to 80%, and every 10th time it'll charge to 100%.
Right.
That will just extend the life of the battery. These batteries, they've done it to try and make the batteries last longer, because after a while the batteries sell in balance and the batteries die. A normal thing with these.
Yeah.
It's something you can choose. I think if you find you're getting back from every ride, you've got more than 20% left, you turn it on.
Okay.
So it would just mean that you're going to end up with a battery that lasts a lot longer. Otherwise,
Yeah. Cool. So what are you doing now?
I'm just going to update your bike. So to do that, take the TCU out. There's a little plug in the top.
Yep.
There's a USB-C.
It's all techie now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's getting more and more techy. The Shimano stuff's
Yeah.
nuts. amount of things you can do. There are buttons on top of here that are hidden, so you can make that do all your stuff in your Garmin while you're riding. And one of the things you probably want to do every 6 months at least, when you do bring it in, is just ask for your plugs to be waterproofed. We do it pretty much now. We do it as a guaranteed in any service, but it's just worth checking. If you don't come to us, we go somewhere else. Just make sure we're doing that. You see, just create a little waterproof seal around there, just that liquid. Can only try and help. We use it mostly on the full fat levos where they're getting really muddy all the time. Enjoy it. It's lovely if you like.
Keep it clean there.
Clean, treating me.
That's a nice one.
Right, cheers, thank you.
Yeah.
That's the royalty. That is nice.
Back from Specalized now. Game on to Jack and Dave the mechanic. Bike's back on the old stand. Done a firmware update, checked the headset, showed me how to tighten it up myself as well, so all good. Yeah, great day. Happy birthday, chub. No, what's the saying? What's the saying? E-bike miles are better than no miles. Game on.
Happy birthday, mate. Enjoy yourself. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which leaves it just about anything open to anything you want. Don't get drunk.
Happy birthday, Chub.
Chub, happy birthday, mate.